Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. Going over a few trades, making my plan for tomorrow. Looking at FinViz, we see that the Dow was an uptrend, definitely NASDAQ, and I tried to go short on NASDAQ about 1 p.m. and you can see how that turned out. And the S&P 500. Great day all around. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, all stocks that I thought would go short this week. Nvidia. All stock that I thought would go short, looking pretty good today. I'm a swing trader, and I'm looking for the tops and bottoms and the trend in between. Once you find the top and bottom, looking for reversals all the time. It's a reversal here, maybe one here, maybe one up there, and then capturing the trend in between. This is a zigzag indicator. It's not really an indicator at all because what it does is, as it gains more information, it repaints itself. But I use it for trending, but I also use it to find indicators that don't repaint themselves, that may indicate a trend reversal. One of those is the MACD right here. That would have predicted it just fine. That one would have predicted it down. This one, the MACD crossover would have predicted a slight down, but it had to be quick on that one. When you have a trend like that, you might want to stay just on the longs. There's one, and that would have predicted a nice trend. And here, nice trend up. We're getting one here, but I don't usually like to take the MACD that's above the zero. I like to take it below the zero for a long. Shorts the opposite way. Above the zero for shorts, below the zero for longs. And likewise, this is the RSI. When it goes above the 70, that's an overbought situation, and that would have predicted that nicely. And when it's below the 30, that's an oversold, and that would have predicted that one nicely. Oversold, yep, there you go. This is more current now, overbought, and that would have given you a nice couple days. And by the way, this is TradingView. It's mostly free. You can do a lot with it. Looking at Apple, in a continuous uptrend, I thought we're going to have a little pullback, but apparently that's not what's happening. Probably the same with AMD these days. Yep, because the Nasdaq was had a strong day today. Amazon zigzag doesn't know what it's doing, and that's when I like to take a look at what's happening with the other things. And I thought Amazon was going to have a pullback, but apparently again a strong day. I still think a pullback is due. Baba and Disney, last 5 or 6 days, been an uptrend. Maybe it'll fill that gap. But Disney has a lot of headwinds these days. Out on my free Discord chat, check it out. I placed a trade earlier in the day of SoFi, which is a relatively cheap stock. I thought that it would go short, and so I sold a call on it. And here's my stop loss and profit target. And basically, with the stop loss and profit target, I'm risking $15 to make $34. And here's the option trade that I actually did. Basically, I sold an $8 call, got $56 in my pocket. This is what much margin I needed, and the max profit is going to be the net credit. Now you got to watch this because you could have if this stock goes up and goes up indefinitely, you could lose a lot of money. So you gotta stop it out when it reaches your profit target and stop loss right about in that area there. And here's your profit target. Now, let's take a look at SoFi on the chart. By the way, a lot of people are trading this, and look, it had a massive jump. And so I'm not doing so hot with that trade. But it doesn't expire till the 23rd of June. Home Depot, I think it's going to go short eventually. We had a little green bar here today, and it's based on the RSI. And we have a crossover here on the MACD above the zero line. So I think it's going to go lower. And the zigzag, obviously, was going up. Now things don't look so good. It doesn't know what it's doing. And remember, this is a perfect indicator. It just waits until it gets enough data to paint these things and repaint it. So you really can't use it as a trading, but when it doesn't know what it's doing, that's when I look for other things. And the trade I made was I'm risking $120 to make $192. In other words, for every dollar I risk, I'm going to make $1.60. There's your stop loss and target price. and I used a different spread strategy called the broken wing butterfly. And the broken wing butterfly requires you to sell 2 of the 295s, buy 1 of the 305s, and 1 of the 290s. So you're buying and selling 4 strikes, all calls, and you get $178 in your pocket with a max loss of $322. That's fairly good. But look at this max profit. If it expires in the money, you'll get up to $878. And this is the win line over here. So the break even is only $301.78, $301.78, and that the current price is $297, which is we're in. If as long as it stays below, and it is, we have a winner on our hands. And of course, you can take profit anytime during the trade. I like broken wing butterflies. This is a limited risk trade. So again, out of my free Discord chat, we have some trade ideas. There's some short ideas and some long ideas. This is based on the 3 indicator strategy, which is the MACD, the RSI, and the stochastics. Let me show you here. Morgan Stanley. Last 2 weeks in an uptrend. Will it end? The MACD is about to have a crossover. It hasn't yet. The stochastic RSI is above the 80 and looks like it might come around, and so is the RSI above the 70. Hasn't come back around yet, but my algo says it should be soon. And by the way, I have a little technique where I anticipate tomorrow's bar, the future bar. It's based on the momentum, and that's why we got the signal early. No one can predict the market. My algo can't predict the market. It just gives me some ideas and confidence that maybe it will go down. And this particular algo, for short term, it has a win rate of more than 70%, but long term, it's around 60%. And when you do options, you want to stay in the trade longer. So 60% is a real good win rate when you're dealing with time over 1 month. Now, I'm not a real short-term trader. I'm usually trying to sell premium in time using options. Anyway, Morgan Stanley, I'll go saying short. Morgan Stanley, short. Regions Finance, short. We have the MACD starting to point down, the stochastics pointing down, and we had a signal on the RSI, which is saying, look, pointing down. This is the 3 indicator strategy. When all 3 of them occur within a few bars of each other, that's a strong signal. And my algo saying it might have a pullback. And this is a relatively cheap stop. Another one that I'm looking at is Kraft. And it's been in a down slide for quite some time. And I just don't know why. Anyway, my algo thinks it might come back around very soon. The MACD thinks it's going down yet, though. I just don't understand. I think it's time for a reversal. What do you think? I like Heinz. I'll be looking at this tomorrow. Looking at INTC. And yesterday, my algo said it was going to go short. And you can see what happened today. Now it's saying it's going to go long. But I think it is overbought. And I think the original signal that this is due to go short. And it's hitting a previous support level as well. And of course, what I've already talked about Apple. Look at that trend up. Everything is pointing to up. Yet I think a pullback is due in all of the techs. Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, Intel. We'll see. My eye is on Apple. Now, according to a Simply Wall Street article on Delta Airlines, ticker symbol DAL, stock is likely to rise from strong growth and low valuation. It's been in a funk. It's undervalued. Strong growth is expected, and they're expecting more airline travel. I know I'm looking at tickets myself. And I didn't know this. Delta owns its own refinery to help lower rising fuel costs. Didn't know that. It's trading 77% below its fair value. Earnings are forecast to grow by 23%. And earnings grew by 266% over the past year. Wow. And it's trading at a good value amongst its peers. According to the PE, there's Alaska Air Group. It's way overvalued. Southwest Airlines. Then you got Delta. And there's American Airlines below here. I trade these two, Delta, American Airlines. The current price, this is where it should be trading. A lot of catching up to do. Undervalued stock. Looking at the chart for Delta, people have recognized it, that it is a undervalued stock and are buying. I think it's going to pull back a little bit and then go up. I like Delta. And the last one I want to talk about is Square. The Simply Wall Street analyst thinks that tough roads are ahead. User frustrations, fraud. They have reported good earnings, though, in Q1. And there are a lot of companies that can do the same thing. Earnings are forecast to grow by 50%, and it is undervalued. By the way, this is Snowflake. You want it to be big and green, but that's okay. You want the future growth to be protruding, and you want it to be healthy. And it satisfies that, and it's a good value. It doesn't pay a dividend. You can tell that. Headwinds, I believe it. And so does my algo. Well, that's all I got for you. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Remember, use your own indicators and do your own due diligence to see if you agree with me. Leave a comment below. For me, swing trading has been highly profitable. I did swing trade and day trade a bit today and was profitable. But had I stopped a little earlier, I would have been much more profitable. I think I overtraded a little bit. Anyway, happy trading. We'll catch you on the flip.